Welcome back to AMTV News. I'm your anchor, Topher Morrison.
And I'm Christopher Green.
It's Sunday, February 10, 2013.
FEMA camps are back. Americans cheer rogue cop killer Christopher Dorner on social media over the weekend, identifying with the man allegedly wronged by internal corruption and racism at the LAPD. Taking matters into his own hands in a real-world vigilante scenario akin to Hollywood movie Falling Down, Dorner goes AWOL, lone wolf psycho.
Sounds crazy. The ex-LAPD officer and former Navy reservist who posted a 14-page manifesto detailing his plans for a revenge-fueled rampage across California is still at large, with the search expanding into regions including Big Bear.
Dorner is a suspect in the shooting deaths of 3 people, including a member of Riverside PD and the daughter of Dorner's former lawyer. None of this has dissuaded a group of ardent supporters who back Dorner for a variety of reasons. Hashtag #GoDornerGo, hashtag WeAreAllChrisDorner, and other hashtags have been gaining momentum on Twitter. Some supporters appear to be motivated by personal issues, others express anti-hero worship and fugitive fandom to push specific agendas. Are these people psycho?
They sound absolutely batshit crazy.
I think they are.
Cheering on a rogue cop killer allegedly murdering cops and innocent civilians as a way to retaliate against internal corruption and racism at the LAPD. Is this Rodney King Part 2? Also, note that many of Dorner's supporters are the same people supporting Obama's 23 executive orders for gun control.
So let me get this straight. These people are cheering heavily armed Dorner on while he's murdering innocent people, but at the same time calling for broader gun control as a result of Sandy Hook. America really is going to hell.
In a handbasket.
What is clear is that the LAPD wants Dorner dead, having thus far opened fire on 3 innocent civilians in 2 separate incidents.
On Thursday morning, at least 7 officers opened fire on Margie Carranza, 47, and her mother, Emma Hernandez, 71 years old, as they delivered newspapers on a quiet residential street. Dozens of rounds were shot at the vehicle before they even identified the target. Seriously? And Obama wants to take guns out of Americans' hands and arm the LAPD instead? In a second incident, David Perdue was on his way to sneak in some surfing before work. Thursday morning, when police flagged him down, they asked him who he was and where he was headed. They sent him on his way. Seconds later, a Torrance police cruiser slammed into his pickup and officers opened fire.
And Americans think preppers and constitutionalists are crazy.
They are, Chris.
Yeah, just like hundreds of thousands of people in Connecticut are crazy, bearing a blizzard and loss of power. What's next? FEMA camps?
Actually, yeah. Alcee Hastings, Democrat Florida, has reintroduced a permutation of his previous National Emergency Centers Establishment Act, or what is innocuously referred to as House Resolution 390. Alcee Hastings, where have I heard that before?
If you are a Floridian, you may know him as one of 8 federal officials in history to be impeached and removed from office. Judge Hastings in 1989 was impeached for bribery and perjury by Democratic House majority by a vote of 413 to 3.
He's a stand-up guy.
4 years later, he was elected to represent Florida's 23rd district, and years after that, on Bill Clinton's last day in office, he was granted a full pardon. Voted poorest member of Congress in 2010 with a net worth of negative $4.7 million.
The bill authorizes the use of current military bases for no less than 6 national emergency centers for use across all 12 FEMA regions.
The centers are administered by the Secretary of Homeland Security. They are required to be capable of meeting for an extended period of time the housing, health, transportation, education, public works, humanitarian, and other transition needs of a large number of individuals affected by an emergency or major disaster. While Hastings got lambasted for the first bill, which died in Congress, he included specifically that the bill does not authorize any federal officer or employee to force an individual to enter a national emergency center or prevent an individual from leaving a national emergency resort.
Thank God. Problem is, Title V U.S. Code Part 3, Paragraph 2101 provides definitions for civil service, armed forces, and uniformed services. U.S. military is technically, depending on the circumstance, not a federal employee.
Whether or not a major national disaster threatening the national security of the United States will weigh in on that definition is, well, I guess we'll have to find out when and if Hastings' bill passes.
Oh, when the goodies come our way.
Capturing every corner of alternative media, watch AMTV News Monday through Friday. Follow this guy at AMTV News, me at Greenwave, and for more videos like these, visit amtvmedia.com, home of the AMTV network.
The voice of independence.
Hard-hitting and in your face.